Hello and welcome to this month's edition of the Landlord Law Firm's Landlord Advocate. I'm Robert Chesson. This month, we're going to talk about the Connecticut's Fair Rent Commission. Some of you may not even know that a Fair Rent Commission exists. Others of you have had recent experience based on the complaints that have been coming through our office. We've recently seen a growing trend in terms of numbers of complaints that are going through the Fair Rent Commission against our various clients, and we thought this would be a great topic to discuss with you briefly here this month. Technically, the Fair Rent Commission is not a state organization, although it is authorized by Connecticut state statutes. The statutes actually authorize local municipalities to sit a Fair Rent Commission to consider rent challenges for either applicants or rent renewals. Ultimately, it's the Fair Rent Commission's responsibility to determine whether or not the rent that you're seeking is considered harsh and unconscionable. In doing so, they must consider 13 different criteria to make that determination. Criteria like rent comparables in the area, unit size, are types of criteria that may be obvious in terms of this consideration, but they must also consider things like your expenses, debt service, and ultimately the renter's income. Another criteria that they must consider is what the owner, what the management company intends to do with the rental increases. For example, investing it back into the property, capital projects, updates, improvements in the units, and the like. Fair Rent Commission hearings, as I said before, are becoming much more frequent through our office. And so if you're faced with one of these, please contact your landlord attorney as fast as possible so you can start putting together all the information you're going to need to present associated with a challenge to the rent that you're seeking. Lastly, although your town may not have a Fair Rent Commission that's actually been appointed, the housing court sits as the court of original jurisdiction where that's the case. So even though you may not have that commission appointed, you still may face or could face a Fair Rent Commission challenge by one of your residents. With any luck, you won't have to face one of these challenges and go through the experience of dealing with the Fair Rent Commission. But if you do find yourself faced with a challenge to the rent that you're asking for, please reach out to your landlord attorney and get some advice. Thanks for joining us. This has been the Landlord Advocate from the Landlord Law Firm.